right? So PK, I think you wanted to bring us around, what those challenges are and the impacts and how to deal with them.
Absolutely, Joe. And there are really, I think, four pieces to this to unpack this question. One is to really understand where the organizations are, most of the organizations are today, and then sort of that. If you look at that picture today, it's really siloed data, a lot of manual workflows. Eh, Even today, many organizations have working from spreadsheets and ERP systems. Their sourcing systems have different data. Their contractual systems have very different data. And so in many cases, the problem gets even more compounded when they are geographically spread. Even within an organization, we know we have worked with clients with 80 different ERP systems. So I think the risk is very low in terms of late risk detection. Risk awareness is very low, so you detect your risk much later in the game. That leads to a lot of increased exposure, and we have had situations where customers have had those exposures discovered during the process itself, which has been extremely helpful for them. The second piece of this is the fragmented data actually causes poor data integration, and it's just going to cause more compound itself, as Gary was mentioning, with AI and other pieces coming. So that inconsistent data visibility leads to, again, obscures your risk insight in terms of where your risks are in terms of your supplier base. The third aspect of this is there's still a lot of manual process, as I mentioned earlier, and that leads to a lot of higher cost in terms of remediation after sourcing. You just realize, oops, we made this problem. We spent all this time getting through the sourcing process. Now we find that this person has a sanctions or this person has a financial issues. So that they to not only kind of go back into that whole cycle time, but also understand the downside, the reputational risk that it presents to the organization. Then there is slower workflows in terms of delays in approval that also creates cycle time delays and slowers your decisions. And at best, they can also lead to poor decisions. And then obviously the other part is many organizations are right now do a one-time check and then they fire and forget. And that causes a lack of limited monitoring leading to sort of inefficiency because things can go very quickly from red to yellow or green to yellow or green to red.